So today is the first day of the year 2024. It is the 1st of January today, and I thought what a brilliant opportunity to start doing weekly vlogs. You guys always love a weekly vlog. I love filming them. They're probably one of my favourite things to film. So I thought, as it's sort of like, you know, the first of the year, a Monday, just everything's starting, we'd start a vlog. This week I'm actually doing a lot of stuff with the horses, so it's the perfect opportunity. So if you haven't already seen my previous video where I talk about my sort of a small recap of last year and sort of my plans for 2024, my resolutions, then I recommend watching that because I'm starting a lot of that in this vlog. So I'll link it below for you guys. But basically, this week we're starting Snippy's fitness, Percy's training, my sort of personal goals for the year. There's a lot going on, so it was just the perfect opportunity to vlog it all. So I am also going to try and do a weekly vlog every week when I have enough going on with the horses to film. So some weeks are really busy with work and I might not be able to film much. But I am going to try and do a weekly vlog each week this year. We'll see what happens. But I just really love them and I think they're quite personal and you guys get to see a lot more than just sort of a daily vlog. So yeah, today I've already been down bright and early this morning and turned all of the horses out, as you have seen in my little intro. And then now we're actually going for a little bit of a family walk. So it's Chris, my fiance, his brother, and then his brother's fiance. And we're going to take the dog for a walk, which will be really nice. And then I'm heading back to the farm to ride Percy and also to bring the horse in. And I need to bath Percy and Snip because they're having a little bit of a New Year makeover. They're both being clipped tomorrow, so I want them nice and clean for that. So that's today's plans. So yeah, let's jump into it. So starting off strong, to be honest, my day ended up being very hectic, and so I didn't get to film all as much as I wanted to. The walk got cancelled because Ted basically has a little bit of a dodgy leg and he wasn't looking his best, so he didn't go on the walk. But I did ride Percy. I only did a very short schooling session in the arena. I didn't have anyone to film and I didn't want to pop my phone on my pivot because it's just not the quality we want. So instead I just rode him on my own, and then I brought Snipperdoodle up, and my goodness, she was filthy. So actually it was her neck where she'd been rolling and sticking her head in the mud, and her legs that were really dirty. So that was all I really needed to clean, and like under her belly where she'd clearly been having a little bit of a canter about in the field. So because she's being clipped tomorrow and because she's having a hunter clip, I definitely needed to do that neck and under her belly. So basically she's having her head off, her neck off, and then like a chest area clipped, so that when she comes back into work we don't have any issues with her sweating up. She is honestly the best horse ever to do anything with. Like, you can do pretty much anything you want with her. Provided she's got a hay net, she'll just stand there all day long. At one point when I was bathing her, I took her head collar off, forgot I'd taken it off, and she was just stood there and didn't move. So yeah, Snippy had a good old bath. Percy I just hot clothed because, to be honest, he wasn't really that dirty. And he has been previously clipped, whereas Snip is an absolute fluff ball. But yeah, that was basically everything I did that Monday, and it doesn't seem a lot, but I am exhausted. So guys, it's now Tuesday. I've been down to the horses this morning. I'm mucked out. I've come home and made myself some breakfast because I can't eat like first thing, I just can't. I was going to make myself some lunch and have a cup of tea and then head back to mum's in a bit, but it's just gone really grey and started raining. And basically I need to bring the horses in before it rains because they're both being clipped, and you can't clip wet horses. They've both got rugs on, but they both need their heads doing, so maybe I'll leave it until like 11 to fetch them in, and then that gives them a couple of hours to dry off before Tracy's due. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing. And I've come back to see to Ted. Where is Ted? Yeah, you're not meant to be near that, are you? Let me turn this light off because it makes everything orange. But basically, my house is an absolute state at the moment because we are in the process of building a media wall in here. So Chris has got all the stuff to do it and moved our TV and everything out, but he's at work, so it's not currently getting done. So my house is just a mess. We can't get to the sofa because the TV's in the way. So yeah, we're starting off 2024 very chaotically. And Ted's not happy about it because he normally lives on the sofa and he's not allowed in here unattended at the moment. So you're very grumpy about it, aren't you, Teddy Bear? Yes. Very grumpy about it. Right, I'm going to have my breakfast and then probably go and fetch some horses in. So guys, it's a little bit later on now, and as you can probably tell by the sound, it has been chucking it down all day. It's still chucking it down. So I had to bring Percy and Snip in early, which Percy, he's not happy about, are you, my boy? He doesn't like being in the stable during the day. I know, but it's only so that you're dry. He's only been in an hour and a half, so his head would dry off before he's clipped. But he's not happy about it, are you? No, not talking to me. He also has used his poo as a pillow last night, so that's lovely. But yeah, Percy and Snippy are in. She doesn't care. She's happy with wherever she is, provided she's eating. So yeah, just waiting for my trainer to come, and she's going to clip them for me because I do a horrendous job. So yeah, just waiting for Trace now, and then it looks like we'll be catching all the other horses in early because they are all getting absolutely soaked in the field right now. So I quickly dragged the horses in before they could get too messy and too wet, and then decided to declutter and clean out the stables. This is going to be its own YouTube video. This is just a little snippet of what I got up to today, but it was just really annoying me how dirty and messy it was, and I've been wanting to do like a New Year clean, a bit of an early spring clean if you like, so I finally got that done in the 2 hours I was waiting for my trainer to come to clip the horses. Percy went first and he was a little bit unsure about it. It's the first time since we've owned him that we've clipped him because he came already clipped, but he was actually a very good boy. And then Snip is literally just like, I don't care, just clip me, get on with it. She's just like, honestly, she makes me laugh so much because she's so feisty and sensitive when you're on her, but on the ground you can literally do anything with her. So they both had pretty much the same clip. This is what Percy looked like, pretty much the same as what he already had. And then this is what Snoopy looked like. And I was like, oh my god, who is this horse? You have transformed her. She was such a beautiful colour under that coat. And we also took her head off because she was really fluffy and I thought she looked a bit silly with her full head. But that was the ponies fully clipped. Welcome to Wednesday, guys. So today we're taking Miss Snipperdoodle to water treadmill for her to start her ridden work again, but we're going to start her by water treadmill first to build a bit of muscle. I've turned all the other horses out, just Caramello left to do. So the horses are out and I thought I'm going to have to do the one thing I hate doing the most, and that is food chopping. So I detest food chopping. I detest cooking. If I didn't have to feed myself, my life would be so much easier. But we have no food in the house. We stayed at my mum and dad's farm over Christmas and actually went out to eat quite a lot with friends and family. So we've had no food in the house for quite a while. We're literally living off Pringles and chocolate at the moment. So yeah, that's not a good combination. And also I went to bed last night with a slightly sore throat and woke up this morning feeling horrendous. So I either got cold or the start of flu or something. So I thought I need to get some fruit and veg and some fresh stuff in so that I actually feel better. So I've just got to Lidl
literally because it's the closest one to me, and to be fair, if I go to Asda I spend a fortune. Don't know what I buy in Asda, but I get caught into like the whole home section. So anyway, gonna go Lidl. And then later on we have got a lot more exciting things happening. Snippy is going for her first water treadmill session in a very long time. Very, very excited for that. Can't wait to bring her back into work. But yeah, I'm gonna go do some shopping. Where's my pound coin? There's my pound coin. Let's go. We are done. Healthy stuff collected.
So we were running a bit late for treadmill, so I only managed to get this, none of the like getting Snip there or anything, but we took her to Saywell's Rehab, and it's her first water treadmill of the year, the first one she's done in about 6 months, and she absolutely loved it. She loves going on the water treadmill, she loves playing in water, so that is what we did with her. She did 19 minutes on that today to start her fitness. So guys, it is later on now. I have actually just got out of the bath because my back was killing me. And I think I'm just generally aching all over. I really feel like I'm starting with flu. Like, I know it sounds tough, but even my teeth are aching, like everything just aches. My throat feels like it's closing up, like I don't feel great at all. But it's been a good day. So we went to water treadmill and Snippy was so good. I was planning on taking Snip and Percy originally, and I booked the session for 2 horses. But I thought, like, today, A, I was running a little bit late, and B, I knew for a fact that Snip would be good because she's been before, whereas I wasn't sure about Percy. And also I wasn't sure about the setup because it was a new place I went to today. It was Saywell's Rehabilitation Centre in Newark, whereas before I took her to Cat Hill in Sheffield, but that was an absolute pain to get to. So we went to Newark instead, and because I didn't know about the setup, I didn't know whether there was somewhere to put Percy, whether he'd have to stay in the box while Snip went in, how he'd react to that, so I just kind of went for the easy option and left him at home on this occasion. He doesn't necessarily need to go to the water treadmill, like there are other options for him fitness wise, whereas for Snip at the minute it's the best option for her because it increases her workload, it gets her doing fitness without A, putting stress on her joints, or B, having the extra weight on her back. Which for the early stages coming back into work, when a horse has had previous suspensory issues, it's really beneficial. So yeah, she did 19 minutes on the treadmill today. We did sort of fetlock height, then took it up and brought it back down when she looked a little bit more tired. And yeah, she had a really good time. She loves it. She starts like paddling in it. So it's been a very productive day. I'm looking forward to tomorrow afternoon. I'm taking Percy show jumping, show jump training with Beatrice Stocks, who I've had quite a few lessons with now. Last time I took him out, he was very, very forward, and after every jump was just like scooting off. But we seem to have got him a little bit more under control at the moment, and I think he was just having a bit of a wild winter period. So yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow. I have given him a Carmen cookie tonight, as I now do before I take him out jumping, because I just tend to find I give him one on the night before, I give him one the morning of, and then one about half an hour to an hour before we go out, and it just seems to take the edge off him. Just that excitedness to jump. So yeah, really looking forward to that tomorrow. If tomorrow's jumping goes well and we get around a full course and we have a bit more control, I'm hoping to actually take him show jumping on Saturday. I have put in for 2 classes, the 70 and the 80 at Port Royal, but he was, a couple of weeks ago, he was a little bit stiff on a stifle, and I've not really jumped him much since then, just because I want to give him a little bit of a rest, because basically, this is I'm sort of going on, but basically I had a dressage lesson. We discovered he's a bit weaker in his left stifle, so then I'd done quite a bit of work to build that muscle up, but obviously when you're building muscle, you do get sore on it, and I think that's just what happened, but we will see anyway how he jumps tomorrow. He's been absolutely fine on it last week, but I've not really jumped him, so we will see anyway. So that is the plan for tomorrow, but for now I'm going to go downstairs and see the dog for a bit, because he's been with Chris all day and I've not really seen him, and Chris is on nights tonight, so he's at work. See the dog for a little bit. I'm going to make myself a lemon sip, as exciting as that sounds, and then I'm going to have an early night and actually get, hopefully, fingers crossed, a decent sleep. Percy pig! We've got to go do some work, mister, not lay down. Oh dear. Come on, Percy. So Percy did eventually get out of bed and we headed to our lesson with Beatrice. So I warmed him up a little bit before this and then we jumped straight into some pole work. Now Percy, I don't believe, has ever really done much pole work before he came to me. Like, he's a bit of a pro when it comes to jumping, but when you get the poles out, he kind of goes a little bit tense, a little bit like, oh, I don't understand. So we started in walk first and then we did it in trot. So basically there's 3 trotting poles and the exercise is trot through them, keeping the same gait, halt, and it's meant to be quite a nice abrupt halt, but Percy was like no, and he didn't want to put his head down, so then we ended up having a little bit of a discussion and a bit of a rein back. And then here we go, another halt after the second one, which was better, so you've got a pat. And the idea is that we halt and then move straight forward when he gives me that nice soft halt, and not the sort of, sometimes you can halt and then be like, oh, stick my head in the air. So we did this a few times until he understood the exercise and until I was a little bit quicker on my aids and we had none of the rein back. And this is just to encourage him to A, listen and have a bit of control, and for me to have a bit of control, and B, to get him using his hind end a little bit more. And then we moved on to our canter poles. Now, canter poles are interesting for me and Percy. I have, for the last few weeks, he's been very, very gung-ho and sort of really forward. So I've become very, very quiet on him. So this exercise really showed how quiet I was being. I really wasn't pushing him forward, I wasn't encouraging him over them, and that's basically what we focus on this lesson, opening up his canter, getting me to ride really positively and really push him forward, and just basically say to him, do you know what, go for it, because I had a pole work session with Alex Postolowski, which I didn't film, but it was a very good session, and we worked on getting Percy to really push towards jumps, because he likes to do a baby stride and his little pony strides, whereas we want him to push for those bigger strides. So that's what we worked on today, and you'll see we did this exercise until we were actually getting 2 strides between the poles, which is what it was meant to be.
Open him up. Nice. What help him, Marvel? Well done. Okay, put your rebalance in there. Steady, palm part, inside leg. Good. Miss your circle, keep coming now to your poles. Good boy. Straight to your poles, you jump, medium. Look it up, keep the leg on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Good boy. Travel, good boy. I wouldn't do the circle as good as flowing. Remember that left leg. Move it, left leg. Good lad, keep up, no circle. Just keep moving, open your palms, and you go. That's it, lift those country cats there. Good. Enjoy it. Travel, travel, travel. Good boy, keep going, not for at least. Yeah, take it out and jump. Energy.
So Percy was enjoying it, but it's a little bit flat. It wasn't quite opening up. So Beatrice said, right, get out your seat, go for a big old canter down the side, really try and push him, then come down and do these poles down the long side. So this is eventually going to be our grid. It's actually going to be a triple when we build it up as a course. But this we're going to slowly build up once he's really travelling, really taking me forward. And that was the whole point of this. And then eventually we'll build everything up to a full course. G. So guys, I have come home, I've had a shower, I'm currently cooking tea, so if the sound quality has gone rubbish, it's because my air fryer and my stove are on, so apologies. But I've come back and I'm basically going to sit down and do some work this evening. But I just wanted to kind of reflect on my lesson, so I'm sure I'll have done a bit of a voiceover, so I won't bore you to death. But I am really, really pleased with Percy and what he's achieved in that lesson and what we've achieved. Just before Christmas he was really forward and I was really sort of not riding backwards but holding him a lot more than I was pushing him, and today was all about pushing and that was really nice. I still think he's got a slight weakness in his hind left leg. I don't think he's lame on it, and I don't think it really, you know, he's not showing any adverse effects of it. I can just feel it, so I'm going to get him checked next week by the vet and physio, so I'm not going to take him show jumping on Saturday now. I think just the one session of jumping will be enough this week, and maybe I'll see if someone wants to hack on Saturday instead. I've got a very busy week next week. Saturday evening I head down to Bristol. Sunday I'm filming in Bristol, and then Monday I've got to go to Cornwall, which I live in Yorkshire. Cornwall is like 8 hours away. So I've got a lot coming up, so I just think don't put the pressure of going out competing on yourself, even though I've paid £37. But yeah, absolutely so happy with how he went this evening. And yeah, I'm just gonna have a chill evening. The theme of this week's vlog is literally Georgia looking like rubbish, chatting rubbish, in her dressing gown, in her house, which is covered in rubbish because everything's being done and my wall's being made, and I'm just like, oh, and I've just got flu. So I am making myself a very quick meal. I've got chicken sausages in the air fryer, I've got golden rice on the stove, and I'm going to chuck some salad in it and call that tea, and then sit on the sofa with Ted and get some work done. I've got a lot of planning to do for my clients for this year, so yeah, lots and lots of work to do. So even though I've been basically filming all day, I've now got to actually sit down and do some laptop stuff. So that is my evening, and I'll probably see you all tomorrow. So guys, it's Friday and today I'm having a little bit of a editing and admin day. I haven't sat down and invoiced it yet this month, which I really need to do. And I've had loads of stuff ready for me working away over the weekend and on Monday and Tuesday. So it's been a little bit of a boring day for you guys. There's not really been much for me to film. I am giving Percy the day off because he jumped yesterday, so he's literally just been turned out today. I'm planning on bringing Snippy up late today and doing some in-hand pole work with her just to keep her fitness going and start doing a little bit more in hand with her prior to our ridden. But I think by the time I do that, it'll probably be like 4ish, which means it'll practically be a little bit dark and definitely too dark to film. So I think I'm going to leave this vlog here. I know it's a weekly vlog and it's been Monday to Friday, but I wanted to get this up for Friday afternoon. So thank you all so much for watching and joining me for the first week of 2024. It's been, apart from me looking and feeling horrendous, because I have been really ill this week, it has actually been a very good week. You know, Snippy's come back into work, Percy's training's going really well, I've started organising everything, they've had a little bit of a makeover, so yeah, I'm really happy with how this week's gone. Fingers crossed everything goes to plan next week and I will have another weekly vlog up for you. I'm a little bit here and everywhere next week, but it's all very exciting, and Percy's actually going somewhere very exciting next Thursday. So yes, thank you so much for watching and joining me in the new year. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Bye guys!